Hi everyone, I'm Noko Mobile. Welcome to my lazy glute practice. This yoga practice is designed not only to strengthen your glutes, but also to relieve low back pain. If you have back pain or low back pain, chances are you have what I call lazy glutes or weak glute muscles. Or if you have weak glute muscles, chances are you have back pain. Remember, as I mentioned in my other videos, everything in your body is related. When you have knee pain, it doesn't mean that something's wrong with your knee. Sometimes it could be due to flat feet or something else going on in your body. Same thing when you have low back pain, it could be due to something happening directly to your low back, but it could also be due to something happening above your low back or below. So your glutes are really connected to your low back as well as your core muscles. In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly activate your glute muscles so that you can relieve back pain associated with lazy glutes. Grab a mat, and it could be a good idea also to position your mat close to a wall or a stable piece of furniture just for balance. We're going to start on our stomach with a neuroactivation exercise. It's meant to prepare your glute muscles so that they can really fire up for the next exercises. Start face down. You can either have your arms crossed underneath your chest. I like to have my hands underneath the shoulders. And what we're going to do is really contract the glute muscles. Squeeze it tight. So what you may notice is when you relax, your belly is fully relaxed against the mat, and when you contract, you create some space because you tilt your pelvis. And release. And again, contract. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And relax. Contract, squeeze. A bit longer. And release. Let's add a shoulder lift and inhaling, coming up, exhaling down, inhaling, exhaling, squeeze, 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 release, inhaling up, exhaling down, last squeeze, slowly releasing, coming on all fours. Just one cat and cow, big breath in, exhaling cat, stretching the spine, chin tucked under, tailbone tilted forward, and inhaling, tilting the tailbone up, chest forward, back to center. Let's get onto our back, knees bent. This next exercise is meant to prepare for the bridge. So what you're going to do, again, is tilt your pelvis towards your ribs. So your rib cage are pressing down towards the floor, abdominals are pressing down towards the floor, and your pelvic bones tilting up. And press, and release. And again, tilt, release. This time as you tilt, slightly left off the mat and release. So this action of tilting is going to protect your back in the bridge. Let's go into the bridge. So start by pressing your ribs down, belly down, tilting the tailbone, and then we press the heels down, lifting, lifting, lifting. Keep squeezing the same way you did earlier, face down. Keep lifting here, pressing the belly down, because if you release everything here, you're going to arch your back. So instead of relieving any discomfort in your back, you're going to do the opposite. And rolling down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Again, ribs down, tilting the pelvis, pressing the heels, lifting, lifting. We keep pressing the glute, squeezing the glute. I don't know if you can hear my stomach crawling, and slowly down. Now for those of you who want a bit more challenge, you can do it on one leg. Same thing here. So you're going to start by pressing, tilting pelvis, one leg up, and hips up, 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 and down. Let's do 2 more on either 1 or 2 feet, and lift. Slowly down. Again, lift. Pressing low back down. Adding on. So start by pressing the low back down, pulling one knee in. That's first option. And hips up. And same thing. Knee in. Lifting the hips. Option to continue with one leg or use both legs. So if you're using both legs, it's very, very important that you press your ribs down. Otherwise, you're going to arch and compress your lower back, your vertebrae, and potentially compressing a nerve. Pressing down. Knees in. Down. We keep the belly tucked in. And hips up. Keep squeezing the glute. Slowly down. 1 or 2 legs up. And down. Keep pressing ribs down, tilting the low back, the tailbone. Slowly down. Adding one thing that's optional. We're working on the low back, on the glute, on the abs, because sometimes your low back discomfort could be due not only to your weakness in the glute, but also in the abdominals. So pressing the ribs down, knees in, shoulders up. And then we keep pressing belly down as we bring the feet down, shoulders down. We keep pressing belly in as we lift the hips. Same thing a couple more times. Any option you want. Last one. And knees to chest, rocking side to side. So make circles around the table. Reverse. And let's roll onto one side, using both arms to push ourselves up. And back on all fours. Again, 1 cat and cow, big breath in. Exhaling, tucking tailbone forward, chin under. Inhaling, releasing the tailbone, opening the chest. Back to neutral position. Preparing for a rabbit, we tuck the toes under, we lift the knees just 1 inch off the mat. Big breath in, exhaling, chest back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. So we're warming up those thighs. Already warm up the glutes. Hold it back. Breathe. One more breath. Back to center. Hold it right there. Breathe. As you're holding, see if you can press your shoulders down away from your ears. Long neck. And knees down. Moving on. Let's start by extending the left leg back. Pressing the belly up, always pressing those ribs towards the spine, contracting the glute, tapping the floor up and tapping the floor outside the mat. Up, down, up, side. Again. If you want a little bit more challenge and fire up the low back muscle a little bit more, opposite right arm extended, left leg extended. Down. Up so your arm is not moving. So you should start feeling your glute warming up. Keep it as contracted as possible. and center, opening the knees, child, exhale, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, and back up on all fours, working on the other side. Starting by contracting, bring those ribs to the spine, belly to the spine, extending the right leg, really contracting your glute here. Option to extend the opposite arm, long neck, down, up, outside the mat. Keep pressing your right shoulder down towards the floor, away from your ear. Let's do one more. Back to center. Big breath in, cow. Opening the knees, exhaling, child. Inhaling up. Exhaling, child. Moving on, inhaling up. Tucking the toes under, preparing for a down facing dog. So we tuck the toes under, we bring the chest back. You can keep your knees bent and heels lifted as you walk your hands back and forward. And heels lifted and down. Remember, you can still maintain your knees bent. The main focus is the length in the spine, the space, creating space in the spine. And from here, walking the hands back into a forward fold. If your hands are not reaching the floor, you can place your hands on your shins, even on your thighs. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, contracting those glute muscles. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling into chair. Inhaling up. Exhaling, chair. Into a forward fold. And again, inhaling, halfway lift. Really trying to start this movement of lifting by contracting your glutes, muscles squeezing your cheeks together. Exhaling, chair, pressing the heels down, relaxing the toes, contracting the ribs. Inhaling up, exhaling, chair, into a forward fold, walking the hands forward. And knees down. Placing the left foot between the hands. So you may need to place padding under your back knee. You can fold the towel or just fold your mat. And you want to make sure that your knee remains stacked on top of your front ankle. I'm going to press the tailbone forward. As we do this, we really lengthen the hip flexor of the right leg. And that's something also that's very important to be able to contract your glute muscles. Sometimes you have very tight hip flexors, it prevents your glute muscles from contracting. Inhaling, coming up. Your knee may not extend all the way, or your toes may lift, and that's absolutely fine. Exhaling, we press down. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, pressing down. Hands on the mat, tucking the back, toes under, down facing down. And walking the hands back. Inhaling, halfway lift, contracting the glutes. Exhaling, down, walking the hands. Down facing down. Knees down, pressing the right foot between the hands. Making sure this heel is flat on the floor and moving your back knee as far back from the front heel as possible. So from here, you see the angle between my hips. We try to get rid of this angle, pressing the tailbone forward. Inhale, extending this front knee. Exhaling, bent. Again, squeezing the glute. And again, extending. Exhaling, bent. Hold it right there. Tucking the back toes under. Placing both feet together. Knees soft. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, down. Again, inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, chair. Inhaling, reaching up, opening the heart, squeezing the glute. Exhaling, chair. Holding it here. We're going to step the right foot back, tucking the toes under, making sure that again your knees stacked over your ankle, reaching the arms up, pressing the back knee down. And as we lift, we want to contract the glute here, squeezing, inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling down. Inhaling, contracting. Exhaling down. So really trying to fire this glute as we come up. One more. We're going to hold it down, hands to heart. From here, we're going to shift all the way to this front leg. This is where you may need to hold on to a wall. Or if you want to challenge yourself, balance, feet together. Chair. Going to keep the knees bent the whole time. It's where you have to really start firing those glute muscles. And curling the right leg. Balance. Big step back. Arms up. Inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling down. Inhaling, opening the heart. Squeezing your right cheek. Exhaling down. Hold it here. So again, engaging everything here, compressing those ribs in, shifting the weight, balance, 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 feet together, balance, 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 big step back. Extending both legs, inhaling, opening the heart, squeezing your right cheek, exhaling down. And hold it right here, shift the weight to the front leg, balance, feet together, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling down. Big step back with the left leg. Walking the hands center. Inhaling, halfway up. Placing the left hand under the chin. Twist if you have any shoulder issues in your right side. Place your right hand on your low back. Switching side. Back to center. Turning the toes out a little bit. Bending the knees, elbows on the thighs. Belly contracted. Inhaling up. Exhaling, bend, hold it down. Lift one heel, other heel. Squeeze your cheek again, keep squeezing. Just start feeling it. And inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Turning the right leg out. Left toes facing front. Warrior two. Reaching forward. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhaling, center. Extending both knees. Same thing here, toes slightly out. And bending the knees, arms sideways. Lifting one heel. So we keep squeezing the glute. And coming up. Right toes point front. Left toes to the other side. Your hips keep facing side. Warrior two. Reaching forward. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Warrior two. From here we lift the right heel. We cartwheel the arms, feet together, down facing dog. Walking the hands back. Contracting the glute, halfway lift as we inhale. Exhaling down, walking the hands. Drawing the right leg out. Runner's lunge, right foot between the hands. Again, adjusting this knee over the ankle, placing the hands on the thighs, contracting the ribs, coming up, high lunge. Extending both legs, opening the heart. Inhale to heart center, coming down, contracting the glute as we come up. Inhaling as we open up, contracting the left cheek. And down. Through 2 more times. Opening up. And down. Contracting the right cheek as we come up. Opening the chest. And down. Holding it here. So we're going to shift the weight to this front leg, balancing or holding onto a wall. Balance, 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 keeping the knee bent. Feet together. Contracting the ribs. Bending the left knee, stepping back. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Hold it down, shifting the weight, balance. Feet together. Balance. Stepping back. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling down. Inhaling. Exhaling a bit lower. Hands to the floor. And down facing dog. Hold it there. Drawing the right leg out this time. Pulling the right foot between the hands. Runner's lunge. Into a forward fold. Inhaling halfway lift. Exhaling chair. Again, using a wall, if you need a wall. And we're going to extend both legs, keeping the hands to heart center or holding onto a wall. And coming down. And up. Down. Again, as you come up, squeezing your glute. A bit lower. Belly lifted. Coming up. Feet together. Inhaling, opening up. Reaching back. Exhaling center. And shifting side. Coming down. Using your core muscles. And up. Again. Squeezing both cheek. Contract your cheek to start the movement, left cheek. One more. All the way down. Hands to heart. Coming up. Feet together. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, chair. Into forward fold. Walking the feet back. Down facing dog. Inhaling, plank. Modified plank, or you can challenge yourself remaining to a plank. Staff pose. Coming back up. Child pose. Rest. And coming up. Let's get ready for the stretching part. I'm going to do 2 different stretches or 2 options. Left leg extended, right hand behind the tailbone. You can use your left arm to wrap your right leg. And I like to press my fingertips into the mat to lift and twist a little bit deeper. If you want a little bit more out of it, you can cross your right leg over left leg. If you want even more, you can bend your left knee, making sure your hips here is pressing down. And you keep pulling your thigh towards your chest. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, twist. Bit deeper. Slowly releasing. Working on the other side. So again, actually 3 options. Bending the left knee, left fingertips behind the tailbone, right arm wrapping the left knee, inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, twist. If you want to go a bit deeper, right foot across the right leg, left foot across the right leg. Or even bending the bottom leg. Back to center. I'm going to show you one last stretch, that's the pigeon. So the modification or the other option is your figure 4. Otherwise the pigeon is a bit more intense. You want to place your right leg as parallel to the end, small end of your mat as possible. And then you're going to bring both hips towards the floor, avoiding leaning into your right side, pressing your left hip a bit deeper. So that's a much deeper stretch, great stretch for the glute. If it's bothering your knee, go back to figure 4. Or if you feel like you all the way up here, you can go further down again, big figure 4. Bring the shoulders up, shifting the weight into the right side. Let's swing the left leg around. We're going to switch side. So placing the left lower leg parallel to the small end of the mat as much as possible. I like to flex my ankle to protect my knee. Extending the back leg and bringing hip bones, right hip bones, facing towards the floor. Another option is to place something under your left cheek. Slowly releasing. That's it for this practice. So what I need you to do right now is go right to the comment box and let me know why you wanted to work on your glutes. Let's place our hands to heart center. Quoi?
Allez?
Ouais, dépêche-toi. Tu vas revenir?
Non.
Dépêche-toi. Hands to heart center. Thank you for spending this time with me. From my heart to yours, with love. Namaste.